while this plays out, and then we'll have our conversation, and then we will be done for the night. Okay? This is Diana Ross speaking, by the way.
If I create that for other people, that's what I'm here for. You know, I have a purpose. I never really knew what my purpose was until maybe a couple years. I just want to be understood, that's all.
Well, now look, which is very voluble and very interesting. Are you aware of things like chance and accident and disaster that might come in and stop this plan that you have evolved? I mean, you seem to me to have everything neatly sorted out. And it's very.
You think I have it too planned?
No, I'm not saying you have it too planned.
But see, I do think we have a choice in what our lives are going to be like. Mm-hmm. You see?
We don't have a chance about what's going to hit us when we don't.
Okay, let me tell you this. My impression, I have a certain, I guess, positiveness about my life. But I realize that every time I create a positive thought, in my mind, also, I create a negative thought. It's just like, I'm going to be very successful. My mind said, oh, no, you're not. You know? Okay? So since I create positive and negative, it's which one I give the most attention that is powerful. When I think positive constantly, it's very powerful, and it controls me. If I think negative all the time, it's going to control me, too. So right now, my positive thought is there is going to be no disaster to destroy what I have planned for me and my family.
Her positive thought is that there's no disaster, no change that's going to come that's going to destroy her and her family. That was powerful to me. Of course, there's like another minute plus of information where she's just talking about how her mindset affects her life and how her having a positive mindset or a negative mindset takes the same energy. So you may as well be asking for what you want and keep it in a mindset, a mind frame of positivity, and ask for what you want. So, Chris, welcome. What city and state are you in, by the way? I'm here in Dallas, Texas. Well, the DFW Metroplex, Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm actually in Irving, a suburb of Dallas. So we are going to talk about purpose and transition, how you discover your purpose and how you transitioned or are transitioning or would like to transition into whatever your purpose is. So I kind of want to talk about that tonight. I heard something that was so profound to me. It was the definition of Mount Laurel, New Jersey. I know exactly where that is. I used to live in Lindenwold. Hey, friend. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I know exactly where that is, Mount Laurel. We used to go through there all the time, going through there to go to, there was a mall out that way that we used to go to. That was close to Mount Laurel. So you're in Southern Jersey. Yeah. You know, as therapists, we start one way in class, and then you start to realize your clients are pretty much having the same issues collectively, like across the board. They're dealing with much of the same thing, the back pains, the headaches. There was this definition that I saw earlier of procrastination, and how it relates to purpose and transitioning into what you want for your life or your family's life or for your body or for your health, whatever those things are. The definition was something like procrastination is the audacity and the, what word did they use? The arrogance to feel like God is entitled to give you a second shot on what he's asking you to do today. Isn't that good? I thought that was so good because a lot of times we put things off. We're just like, oh, I don't feel it today. And don't get me wrong, we need our rest. We need to take a break when it's time to take a break. You've been going, hitting it hard. And then all of a sudden you hit a wall and you're just like, I need a break. But sometimes those breaks turn into seasons. And what you don't want to do is let it turn into a season of you just taking a full break. Right. Don't you love that? I love that. It's just like, you know what? Even for some of the people that thought that they had time, and I had posted something earlier this year or last year that there was something to that effect too. You know, while you're waiting to get started, somebody else is already, you know, while you're waiting to decide if it should be you, somebody else is getting started or something to that effect. So this was even more like they zeroed right in on that thing. Like, you think you got all this time to just kind of flounder around and say, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to binge watch whatever show on Netflix, when you could have appropriated 30 minutes to at least touch the thing that you say is important to you, to at least touch that next step, to say, let me at least get started. And every day, if you touch that thing for at least, 30 minutes to an hour, make time for your future so that you're building towards that, so that you're working on those things. Because another definition I read years ago that really helped me, hard work is a series of small things left undone, right? So if you got to get the dishes done, you've got to mop the kitchen floor, you got to scrub the bathtub, you got to do the laundry. Well, guess what? If you would just take one of those things and get one or two of those things done for the day, by the time Saturday comes around, which is most people's, downtime, once that comes around, you're not spending your whole Saturday trying to clean up everything all these little small accumulations that you didn't take care of. So that is my daily thought is, what can I be working on today that's going to continue to push me to the next level? So if that's reading, if that's reaching out to a client that reached out to me and I hadn't gotten a chance to talk to yet, if that's following up on email, if that is running errands and finding new, inventory, a newer lotion or a class, or, whatever that thing is, what am I doing to at least touch it? Let me touch it at least once a day, because my future is worth at least 30 minutes to an hour of dedicated time to say, hey, this is the time that I'm working on my next thing. So yeah, trying not to, I said I was going to say, I wasn't going to say try anymore. I am working on not procrastinating as much as before, because I was one that like, okay, I know I can get everything done in 2 hours. I really can. So I used to like, okay, well, I'll just get to it later. So now I'm working on just get to it, get it over with, because you can't really rest. It's right here waiting on you. Like, oh yeah, you got to do so and so. So may as well just go ahead and get it done. But anyway, purpose. How do you find your purpose? I know a lot of people are like, how do you decide what you want to do? Like, you don't always want to be working on a job or working for someone else. And those things have their place, because trust me, before I started owning my own business, I always worked for other people. Yeah, we all need that reminder. I always worked for other people and did very well. I did very well in corporate America. And then after working for corporate America for a while, the stress and the strain and the lack of freedom to be able to get up and go and do what I want to do, or even just take care of myself. Like, you have to wait and ask for permission to go to the doctor and ask for permission to go to, this and that. And I just thought, this is weighing me down. The more marinated that I become, I'm just like, I really want to do what I want to do. So, my 20s, that was fine. Hey, sunshine, welcome in. In my 20s, that was fine. But as you get older, you're just like, I really do want to be able to decide what I want to do. And I really want to be able to decide what's important to me. So I started thinking about, what do I like to do? What do I like to do? If I had to do anything for the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, what is it that I would like to be doing that would bring me joy and bring me satisfaction, bring me peace, that wouldn't stress me out, that wouldn't cause me to be out of my character and still allow me to grow, right? And when you think about what your purpose is and what your passion is, the two can be synonymous or they can be completely independent. So let me not mix them together. When you're looking at what your purpose is, a lot of times it has to do with the thing that makes you happy, the thing that you see. One of my favorite cartoons when my daughter was growing up was robots. We were watching Iron Man the other day. Me and the kids were watching Iron Giant. And so I was thinking about that one. But yeah, robots. And in robots, the whole movie, the entire movie, they just kept repeating this mantra: see a need, fill a need. If something that you're seeing activates something in you, or if something that you've noticed, or something that catches your attention and evokes some type of emotion out of you, if that's, children being mistreated, if that's women learning how to change tires. I don't know. If that's men learning how to put fashion together. If that's massage and making people feel better, which was my thing. I was told many, many times over, you should put my connection. I think because it's been drizzling for the last 2 days that my internet connection is doing something wonky. So y'all forgive me if the signal goes out. But
3, 2, 1.
And I thought, you know what? I remember on my lunch breaks. Hey, Queen Lee. On my lunch breaks, I would be massaging people in board meetings. On my lunch break, I was going to massage people, or we'd find a conference room and I'm massaging people that are stressed out after meetings. Whenever I would facilitate meetings and train my salesmen before they went out to the field, we would stand up and I would have everybody like turn around and do the shoulders and show them how not to pinch the nerves on the traps, because some people are doing the pinching thing. Like, I've always been involved in some type of massage, whether it was for, my parents, my brothers and sisters, aunts, cousins, whoever it was. If you were stressed, my hands were there over to relax and help you regain a state of comfort, right? So when I start looking at, okay, what would my purpose be? My purpose is to, as my mentor says, I'm a champion for the people. So when I see that people are in a certain way, hey, Flo, when I see people are distressed or uncomfortable or taking on more than they can handle or being mistreated, I kind of activate. I kind of jump into action. I'm going to assess it for a minute, but I'm pretty good with kind of seeing what's going on and then, hey, okay, this is what I can do to help, or that's probably not a good idea, or that's part of my purpose. And it's evolving more and more as time goes on, because I know that there are so many different causes that need championing. But for now, my passion is making sure that people, hey, Alex, this is my family, y'all. Y'all go follow Alex the Greatest. He is a wonderful artist. He's a comedian, undocumented comedian. He's very funny. And and the boy can dance. So y'all follow, that's my actual family. Hey, Jermaine, welcome in. Boom, hit you with a wave. But yeah, so I discovered that massage was my passion, because that's something that I can really do without ever getting a dime for it. Now I'm going to collect my dimes, because now this is my business and my bread and butter. But when I was working for corporate America and had my other businesses, I was always, and it was never a problem. It was never a burden for me to do massages. It was never a stress thing for me to go, oh, I got to do a massage. No. I love it. Just like some people love to dance. Some people love to cook. Some people love to draw. Some people love to, create graphics, or love to make earrings, or love taking care of children, whatever those things are. That's funny. This is one of my favorite VIP clients. They're saying she said, "Oh, you talking about massages? Maybe you want one. Let me go book. Be right back." That's hilarious. But yeah, whatever those things are that you would do, or you find yourself doing, or other people compliment you for doing. Like, for instance, I don't know if Alex is still in the room or not, but I remember last year, or maybe it's been about 2 years ago now, I had invited the guy that did my logo of Philly Designs. I had invited him to come in. I said, hey, look, I want to do a paint party. And yeah, exactly, Jermaine. He loves editing. Got to go into it more. Yeah, for sure. Whatever that thing is that makes you happy, jump into that. Touch it at least 30 minutes to an hour a day. Get to where you want to get to with it. So I had asked Philly to come down. He had designed the logo for me. And I said, you know what? Instead of just selling the art, why don't we get together and do an actual paint party? I can invite some of my clients, some of my friends, neighbors, whomever, and you instruct us on how to do whatever design you pick, and then we'll pay you to do, to instruct us and show us. We'll have a little party. We'll do it on the rooftop. And then, we'll serve hors d'oeuvres, yada, yada, yada. So now that has become a full-blown business, another sector of his business that he's handling, right? So I told my cousin Alex, and I don't know how much of this is being caught because my connection keeps going on and off. So you guys forgive me. I apologize The weather here in Texas, we've been sprinkling, drizzling for the last 2 days. And so I guess my Wi-Fi is being affected. But anyway, I had asked my cousin Alex, I'm putting you on the spot. Don't know if you're still in the room or not, but I'm about to talk about it anyway. Because we family and I still love you. Okay? All right. So I asked Alex, I said, you know what? For my next paint party, I didn't forget. For my next paint party, I want you to host it for me. And I want to keep this all in the family. That I bring my massage clients, we get a chance to relax. I'll serve some wine. I'll put a couple of my wonderful bomb hors d'oeuvres together. And then you do the artwork, right? And he's like, let me practice a little bit more. Let me do my thing. Let me figure out what, no. Remember that, Alex? Remember that? And now he is creating t-shirts and, very much on topic, very much, relevant with whatever's going on social media, what's going on in our social climate, in our political climate. Like, he's right on top of it. And I love that. So that's a part of my purpose too. My purpose is to push people into where they're supposed to be. Part of my purpose is to see you, to hear what you've said, and to translate it in a way that'll help clarify and maybe just show you one part of the path, and so you can get started. Because I'm all about, I heard it, it's a great idea, let's do it. Like, what are we waiting on? That's pretty much my personality. I'm like, I don't really like the him and haw of, well, I'm thinking about doing, and then I said I was going to do this, and then I thought about doing it this way, but I don't know yet, and I'll get working on it later. And then step one, what we're doing. Let's get to building. Let's get to making it happen. So yeah, that's a part of finding your purpose and your passion, whatever moves you, whatever excites you, whatever makes you happy, whatever you look forward to. Like I look forward to my best days, and when I have like a full day of massage. My best days are when I'm working. I like to work. I enjoy working. I was a housewife and I lived in New Jersey. I worked a little bit, and then my husband at the time was like, I really want you to be home so that when I get home, you're home. I don't want you out driving at this hour, yada, yada. And then of course we want dinner. Okay. And whatever else comes along with all that. So I was a housewife for a while, and it was cool. Is the word I'm going to use for now. But it's something that's so valuable about being able to contribute and to give and to serve your talents and to, get fresh air, get fresh ideas, be around people, the camaraderie, the networking, the exchange. I like all of that, So, that's a part of you finding your purpose, is paying attention to your daily routine, right? You wake up in the morning, wake up in the morning, and before you get on to, hey there, Asia, boom, hit you with a wave. Before you wake up in the morning, you normally are having thoughts, and then you think, it's either your first or your second thought, let me check social media. Whereas if you wake up, or maybe set your alarm. Look, this is what I do to myself. I set my alarm music or my alarm affirmation, right? So I may have a 7 a.m. that'll wake me up to something nice and soothing, some type of music that won't abruptly jump me out of my sleep, right? And then my secondary alarm, because I'm sitting there still kind of swooning in the aftermath of how great my sleep was, right? My secondary alarm may be my affirmations. I am the head and not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. Whatever my affirmations are going to be. And sometimes I'll do a voice note, record that so that I'm speaking to myself. And I used to go to bed to that. I think I'll start that habit again, where I'm speaking my affirmations and it's just playing as I'm sleeping, and then it'll wake me up in the morning, right? So those are some things that will help set you on a path, because if you start in a certain direction, then it just helps you become a little bit more clear, so that you're not cluttering up your day. Your day is not hijacked by everybody else's thoughts and what they're trying to get you to see and what they're trying to get you to do and what they want you to buy and what they want you to buy, join in on, right? So that's purpose, passion, anything that you'll do for free is passion. If that's, again, my cousin Alex, I used to call him, hey, I want to go shoe shopping. And I know you're really good at picking out the best sneakers. So I need your help. So he's like, okay, you can check this, you can check that. Okay, we'll meet at the mall. Arlington has the best places or whatever. So we would go to the mall and let the expert do what the expert does. Like, that's not my expertise. So, you know, why am I going to pretend like I know where the hottest sneakers are and which ones are in trend and which ones in style? I might look up and get it right, you know, once or twice. But if this is your forte, your expertise, then by all means, you come help your cousin out. So yeah, purpose and passion. Now the transition is where a lot of us get stuck. Now, again, I don't know if this Wi-Fi is working with me or not because it keeps coming in and out. But the transition is where it gets a little hairy, right? Because you're like, how am I going to work on my purpose, or how am I going to find my purpose? And once I find my purpose, how am I going to work on this passion if I've got a full-time job or 2 full-time jobs or a full-time job and a wife or a full-time job and a husband and 3.5 kids? How am I going to work on that when my main objective right now is just to get money and to get some income in here? I don't even know what first step to take. That was my conversation with myself. Where do I even start? I don't even know where to start, where to begin, how to do this. The blessing of internet right now is we got Google. So literally whatever you want to know, from herbs to books to how to trim toenails to how to mow a lawn to how to plant a watermelon, is all on Google and YouTube. Those are wonderful resources. So when I thought about, okay, now I've left corporate America, they've given me a wonderful severance package. They were killing me, y'all. I was in my primary care physician's office at least 3 times a week. They were checking my vitals. I was seeing talking to a therapist just to get rid of my stress. I was doing, you know, all these different tests and trying to, it was a mess. At least 3 times a week I was in this doctor's office. And I thought, man, they are really collecting on my insurance because of this stress that I'm enduring at work. So anyway, long story short, let that go and got my severance package. Amen. And the first thing I did was travel. I went straight to overseas. And at the time, my nephew was getting married. So it was a beautiful time. Went straight there, decompressed a little bit, and then like, okay, now that I have the time and now that I've got the money, I can literally be doing anything right now. So I'm going to take me a little bit of time off, and then I need to start working on the next thing. Because it happened all very quickly. My transition was like, oh, you got to figure out what you want to do next. Because now you're out of corporate America. You don't want to burn through all this money. Let's start working on other ways to create some income. But what would you like to be doing? So I thought, okay, I'll get a small little filler job for a second. And I think I'm going to look into massage school. I always wanted to do massages. And, you know, in years past, when I looked into doing massage, it was so expensive that I was like, I don't want to get into debt. I don't want to do $20,000, $30,000 worth of debt to go to massage school. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to learn, you know, get the base skills, and then I'll do what I need to do after that. So anyway, long story short, I ended up finding this wonderful place online on a school that was right here in the Metroplex, and I worked during the day, and then I had 2 days off during the week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, for me to actually go to class all day. And that's how I got through massage school. The transition was this. I didn't have a car. My car got repossessed. And my husband at the time wrecked our other car. So I didn't have a way to get back and forth to school. I didn't have a way to get back and forth to work. So then I had to either walk to work, Uber to school, catch a ride with someone who was going to the same school. The transition was not pretty, because now I have to depend on people. I'm getting off 9, 10 o'clock at night from the job, and then, you know, banking on the kindness of my coworkers to drop me back off at home, or try to make enough money on this part-time salary in order to afford an Uber or a Lyft at the time. So it was a really it was one of those, and I'm very independent in that I like to be able to handle my own things without having to lean on people because I needed the ride, but I didn't want to have to ask for the ride, if that makes sense. I'm not a person that's just like, oh, okay, well, you're going this way. Just do this for me. I prefer you offer it. And if you don't offer it, I will figure it out. That's just my personality. So anyway, the transition was not, because I was working there full time. I was, helping small businesses get connected. I used to work for AT&T, and I did a little bit of the cell phone selling and the home digital security selling, and just different things, just trying to make money, right? And then from there, I cut my hours down to part-time so I could go to school. So that was really fun, because I'm like, I already can't really handle the stuff that's on my plate right now. Now I'm about to cut that salary in half in order to, and now mind you, I'm still paying for school, still paying for supplies, still paying for books and oil and uniform that I have to wear there, and paying for my Uber to get back. Like, I had the same expenses, if not more, with half the salary. But won't he do it? Because it all got taken care of. Don't ask me how. So the transition is going to be what it's going to be. Your job is to get there and get started. Your job is to go ahead and say yes to whatever it is that's calling you. Don't think about it too long. If it comes to you, if anything, if you wait more than, a few minutes, if you wait more than a few hours, you're going to talk yourself out of that thing. I read a book called the 5-second rule. Absolutely true. Your brain gives you ideas all day long. And it's us who are just like, okay, well, I'll think about that later. I'll write it down later. And then suddenly your brain has killed it. Like, well, no, I'm not going to do that. Oh, I forgot. What was that idea I had? Write it down immediately. Do a voice note in your phone immediately. Pick up the phone call. Pick up the phone and make the call immediately. Google it immediately. Start making your notes. Again, whatever it is that you think that you would like to work on, whatever your passion, your purpose is, if you don't know where to start, you can always pray. Your inner knowing, your knower will tell you, I don't know where to start. Where should I start? You'll get an answer from something playing on the radio. You'll get an answer from something playing on the TV, on a movie. You'll get an answer from a friend that called you. You'll pass by a book that has it in the title. It comes in all different types of ways. So just stay open. I'm not sure where to start. And the answer will come, right? Show me where to start. You can Google, how do I start XYZ? Right? But the transition is where your muscles are made. Because it's going to test you to see how bad you want it. Do you really want it bad? Okay, well, pick up this backpack and let's start going. Let's start going towards it. But I promise you will get there. The time is passing anyway. You may as well be working on something that you want to work on. And even when you hit overwhelm, which all of us do, which all of us have, which all of us are in this season, we're all just trying to make it happen. When you hit overwhelm, take your break. Yeah, take your break. There's a post that I put up about a week or so ago. If you get tired, learn to rest, not quit. Okay? Rest. But put a timeline on that rest. Am I resting for an hour or two? Am I taking a little nap? Or am I taking a full-on siesta? So you need to figure out what that is for you. Some days I need a little 30-minute to an hour recharger because I know I've got something to get done and I want to be able to, sustain. Sometimes it's like I've had a full season of just fighting for it. And now I need 2 or 3 days. Now I may need a week. I've not been able to travel. So now I may need a day or two of just, I'm going to take a minute, go have my favorite meal and go get me a massage, go get my pedicure done. Ooh, I got the cutest pedicure the other day. I can't even show y'all because I got my fuzzies on right now. But they're so sparkling pretty. But anyway, yeah, just small things that make you happy. Take your rest as you need it. Take your rest as you need it. And then hit it head on. Head on. Hey, we're back. We're about to get it done, right? So anyway, that's purpose, that's transition, that's passion. I've given you 1 or 2 next steps to do. Decide what you want to do. If you can't decide what you want to do, listen to what other people are telling you. If they're always complimenting you on your green beans. Oh, these green beans, nobody else makes green beans like you. Then guess what? Maybe you need to start marketing and passing on your green bean recipe and other things that you like to do, or teaching other people how to do that, right? But listen to what other people are complimenting you on. Listen to your heart when you feel like, oh, this makes me feel so good. I'm so excited and so happy when this is coming up. I feel so great when I know that I've got the opportunity to do X, Y, Z, right? If you pay attention to those little cues, your knower will tell you, okay, I'm heading in the right direction. I'm getting this part right. So, hope that's helpful. Some of you probably already heard some of those things before. Some of you maybe have heard them and just needed the refreshing reminder. We all do. But don't get lost in the sauce when the transition starts happening. Because what you think is your lane sometimes will expand and morph and make twists and turns into something else. You're like, still purpose, but it's packaged a little bit differently than what I thought. Like I thought that I would be working in my studio always, and here I am. I'm doing the same business, but it's a different business because now it's mobile and I'm serving a different type of clientele. So, just be open and know that things will work out. To Lady Queen Diana Ross's point that we played earlier, you just have to think positively and know that it's going to work out. Even if life hits you, just say, okay, that's life, but you're still expecting the best outcome. Okay? All right, well, good talk. Some weeks I'll have guests, and other weeks it'll just be you and I. So I appreciate everybody that came into the room tonight. God bless you. Continue manifesting, continue believing, continue to pray or meditate or whatever it is that you do that will show you which direction to go in, and trust that you'll be taken care of. Okay? Trust that. All right. Have a good night.